So guys, back in the UK today, I'm going to make a very short video in the knowledge around market in the UK with Airbnb business has got over 396,000 properties roughly live versus in Dubai right now, there is only 25,000 listings live. So it's going to be a big topic in the next few years and a lot of people want to go and invest in Dubai. And in this video, I want to talk to you about the trend that we've had since 2018 on the Airbnb market, which will relate to Dubai market in the next few years. So let's go into the video right now. Well, let's talk about the way people get into Airbnb and short-term rental business, be UK or Dubai, right? So the first one being you buy the property, you purchase the property and you do a short-term rental yourself. You then also have what we call UK rent-to-rent, rental arbitrage, or what they call in Dubai subleasing. You're renting it off from the landlord on a certain figure to then market it as a short-term rental. And the last one is being a management or a co-host or a revenue share, where you're effectively managing for the person that purchased that property or even to that person who subleased that property and passed it over to a management just because they don't want to do any work. Now, being in the industry since 2018, there are three things I want to talk in this video, which is firstly the quality of stock that you're going to find in UK versus Dubai and what's going to happen in the next few years. The second thing is the cycle of operators. So what this means is how long does an operator last in the industry and their reason to come back or leave the industry itself. And lastly, being profitable. Who's going to be profitable and how the Dubai market's going to go into profit. Look, I've seen this trend in 2018, 2019, 2020. In the UK, a lot of people were talking the industry is really saturated. Is it worth investing? 2025 today, we're still going through that same phase, and I've seen pretty much working with landlords with portfolio, we're working with rent-to-rent clients, working with management clients with over 400 properties. We've pretty much seen it all in the UK market. So the trend is going to be the same because that's effectively what you're going to see with most of the areas where people go and do Airbnb. Let's go through firstly the quality of stock. Well, quality of stock. Now, if you look at what happened in 2018 in the UK, a lot of operators were pretty much going into IKEA, setting up a couple of £1,000, and that was what it required to set up a unit in the UK. Now, if you look at Dubai Airbnb market as well, and obviously the Airbnb that I recently stayed in as well, just looking at how the setup is, like, because it's such a new market, you walk in, you just know that the sofa is not as expensive. You look at the bed, you look at the quality of duvet and everything that is used in the property. That property was set up in less than £3,000 in total. Now, this is a high-rise 57 floor. You know, if it's costing you £3,000 a setup because it was a one-bedroom, all it needed was a bed, a living room with a bit of sofa, a round table, it had a dining table, and it was the most basic setup. Knowing that stock now, what is available in Dubai and it's ready to work on, and people are like, I paid nearly £200 a night. I know for the fact that in a couple of years time, and you already see the trend in the business in UK, no longer people can spend £2,000 to set up a unit. An average property are being set up for £5,500, £6,000, and we're talking one bedroom apartment, because the level of detail, the level of you know, framing, photos, the quality of furnitures that being used, just because you need to extremely stand out. I reckon, look, this is the time where you can see that the quality is going to be a very pretty much basic setup. You're going to find that many experienced or operators are now spending a bit more money setting up in Dubai. Now, if you go into the UK market, do a search, you'll automatically see somebody who's got a better furniture and the quality of property are getting booked. Now, let's talk about the cycle of operators coming in, leaving the industry, again, new operators joining in about 18 months time. So now, one thing I've realized with our industry in the UK, which is what's going to happen in Dubai too, is people come in at this moment in time, the peak of the market. Now, what generally happens is they go, what I said in the first point, they go and set up an okay looking unit. They run the business for about 18 months. Now, within that 18 months, you could imagine there's stock level coming every single month. So that property, which what used to do £1,200 on net profit, will slowly drop down every single month because the level of stock is going up. Obviously, the demand's going to go up too if you're working in the Dubai market, but it's not the same as you've gone in and set up a unit which looks average. You've got units that's actually looking really, really amazing. So sadly, in the UK, I've seen that there's a lifetime of 18 months for a new operator who's just looking to get into the industry with one property. So, you know, a lot of people go through different mentors, courses, and they've only got X amount of funds. Now, when you're looking at that funding and going and getting that first unit, you've got to quickly realize it's not easy to survive over the 18 months period, because as a business owner, you're making decision based on now what happens in every single month. When the level of stock goes up, the quality of stock goes up, you should then start to prepare to drop down your profit. So look, the cycle of operators in the UK, we've seen about 18 months. I'm not surprised that if Dubai goes through exactly the same phase in the next 18 months, obviously I'm looking at the details of what we've seen in the UK, but I'd like to say that's going to happen in Dubai market too. Now, lastly, being profitable. Going back to 2018 in the UK market, I've been talking about direct bookings since then. And one of the things I realized in Airbnb in 2018 in the UK, most people used to go, Piers, I'm not confident to take bookings outside the platform because Airbnb has got Airbnb cover. Now, in UK, most of the operators heavily rely on booking.com. Now, we've realized that booking.com really doesn't care much about hosts. If there's a problem, you basically deal with your guest as a direct booking. So you've got to work out a way to get the funds and the deposit and all that kind of stuff in place. So in 2018, there was more and more operators going, okay, let's put on Airbnb because it's safer. Until date, there are still people in the UK who does that. However, now as the trend is going, if you speak to any operators now in the UK, every single one, especially the one they are experienced, they will talk about direct bookings for numbers of reasons. Firstly, they know that they're looking at opportunity outside Airbnb to divert traffic into their business. Secondly, guest behavior changes over time, right? So where you would be confident to book property via Airbnb as a guest, once you've done it a couple of times in Dubai, you're thinking, okay, I could do the same directly to the host. The fact that I can pay the host directly, slightly more margin, and they save X amount of commission, which is a win-win situation for both parties. So effectively, the cycle of what we had in the UK from 2018, 2019, operators heavily relying on OTAs. And then after 2020, there was more people going, oh my God, like I can't rely on Airbnb just to get bookings. I need to be creative. Let's get our direct booking systems in place, terms and conditions in place, and be able to, go and talk to customers about direct booking. I reckon Dubai in the next 3 years is going to go through that exact same format, which is people at this moment in time, hosts don't understand direct bookings. I would like to say in the next 2-3 years, people will move into more direct bookings because they've noticed that Airbnb is taking all the fun. There's 25,000 listing now. There might be 50,000 listing in the next 3 years, which means there's going to be more and more competition. Everyone's fighting for the same customer, and the pull of direct booking is what's going to make you extremely profitable. So guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Piers BK from Grow Your BNB and AutomateYourBNB.com. We've worked with clients in UK, Dubai, US, Canada, Australia. My goal here is to help more operators build their own brand so they can allow to get themselves more bookings, more profitable booking, and make a decision on where those bookings need to come from. It doesn't mean that you don't utilize OTA. Yes, you do, but you can use it as a gap filler. You can get it as a last minute booking while you focus on getting those longer term booking at the end. There's many ways you can really kind of optimize your business the way you want. If you're looking to know more about us, go and visit our website. There's tons of videos. I've done this in this channel as well. Thank you so much for coming back and watching this video. Please make sure hit that like, subscribe and share, and I'll be back with another video soon.